tale of courage, shadows, and wisdom. On a calm night, when the moon painted silver paths upon the endless sea, Sinbad the Sailor stood alone on the deck of his ship. The ocean had been his companion for many years. He had crossed dangerous waters, faced storms, monsters, and kings, and returned each time with stories that amazed listeners. Yet that night, his heart felt restless. Sinbad sensed that a different journey was approaching, not a journey measured by distance, but one measured by truth. As dawn approached, the ship drifted toward an island no map had ever named. Dark clouds circled above it, unmoving, as if guarding a secret. At the island's center rose a tall and silent mountain, its surface dark like frozen shadows. One sailor whispered in fear, "This is the Island of Shadows. Those who walk here never return the same." Sinbad looked at the mountain and felt no fear, only curiosity. He had learned long ago that fear often guarded the greatest treasures. On the shore, Sinbad met an old man with a voice worn by time. The old man spoke softly. "That mountain is called the Mountain of Seven Shadows. Each shadow is not a creature, but a trial. Those who climb the mountain must face what they hide within." Many had tried to reach the summit. Most had failed. Some had turned back, others were never seen again. Sinbad thanked the old man and prepared himself. At sunrise, Sinbad began his climb alone. The path was narrow and steep, and with every step the air grew heavier. It felt as though the mountain was not testing his strength, but his soul. Suddenly, the ground darkened. A massive shadow rose before him, its voice deep and shaking. "Turn back," it said. "You are not as brave as you believe." Sinbad remembered shipwrecks, roaring waves, and nights when he thought he would never see land again. His hands trembled, but he took a breath and stepped forward. "I have been afraid before," Sinbad said, "and I still walked on." The shadow shrank and disappeared. A new shadow appeared, quieter but sharper. "What if your courage is only luck? What if your stories are lies you tell yourself?" Sinbad stopped. For a moment, doubt crept into his heart. Then he smiled gently. "I do not need perfection," he said. "I only need to continue." The shadow faded like mist. This shadow carried faces from the past, friends lost, mistakes made, paths never taken. Pain filled Sinbad's chest. He felt the weight of every choice he wished he could change, but he bowed his head and spoke. "Regret teaches, it does not chain." The shadow cracked and vanished. This shadow burned like fire. "The world has been unfair to you," it shouted. "Take revenge. Let anger guide you." Sinbad felt heat rising within him. He remembered betrayal and injustice, but he remembered something greater. "Anger destroys the one who holds it," he said calmly. The flames died out. A tall and shining shadow appeared, speaking with confidence. "You are greater than others. You need no one." Sinbad shook his head. "The moment I believe that," he said, "I begin to fall." The shadow collapsed. This shadow was heavy and cold. "No matter what you do," it whispered, "the end is the same." Sinbad sat down, exhausted. For the first time, he felt truly tired. Then he looked up at the sky and replied, "The meaning is not in the end, but in the journey." The shadow shattered. At last, the final shadow appeared. It looked exactly like Sinbad. "I am who you truly are," it said. "No hero, no legend." Sinbad stood silently. He saw his fears, his flaws, and his humanity, and he accepted them. "I am not perfect," he said, "but I am real." The mountain trembled. At the summit there was no gold or jewels, only an ancient inscription carved in stone. "He who knows himself fears no shadow." Light filled the mountain, and the shadows disappeared forever. Sinbad returned to the shore, changed, lighter in spirit. When the sailors asked what treasure he found, he answered simply, "I found myself." And so, Sinbad's greatest voyage was not across the sea, but into his own soul. For the one who faces his shadows becomes master of his light.